Yeah,
Like from a tree.
No.
Okay, you ready? Are you guys ready? Okay, let's pay attention to Zach. When you're ready.
What I'm about to tell you may seem crazy, but the longer I talk, the more rational everything will appear. Today I will give my speech on how to pick a girl. So, like many of you, I had no idea what to base my judgment off of on how to pick women and deciding factors and everything that would contribute into what would soon become a girlfriend or a wife later on. So, this was all until I found the Universal Hot Crazy Matrix. It has the hot axis in ratio from 1 to 10, crazy axis from 4 to 10, and hot crazy line going through the middle, made up of 7 distinct zones, which I have a handout right here for all of you to have and look at while I go through this really fast.
Are you sure you haven't seen How I Met Your Mother?
This is right off of How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, I know.
Alrighty, time to move on. So, using this matrix, you can finally have the standard to work off of and use to map your way through everything. So first off, we start off with the no-go zone. The no-go zone is the area from 0 to 5 on the hot axis and 4 to 10 on the crazy axis. Now, the reason why it's 4 to 10 is because there's not a woman out there that's not at least a 4 crazy. 3 and below just doesn't exist. So, from 4 to 10 crazy and 0 to 5 hot, you have the no-go zone. The reason why you don't really go in there is because you don't hang around, be with women that you don't find at least somewhat attractive or decent. Actually, UCLA performed a study and found that men with wives that were less attractive than them, they were actually less satisfied and less helpful, interactive with their wives. And then they studied the opposite and found that men who were less attractive with more attractive wives were more helpful, more interactive. And I just kind of found that curious and supporting the no-go zone. Then, move on to the fun zone. This is from 5 to 8 hot and below the hot crazy line. Now, in the fun zone, you can hang out, have parties, talk to girls, and do everything you want in that areas. But you should look at moving to more permanent locations and moving on from that, because that is not a stable environment. Thousands of people also get stuck in the friend zone in there, and as you all know, you can never escape the friend zone. So, it is better to move on quicker and get out of the fun zone. And in the fun zone, quite a few injuries happen there, as some of you may know. Then we move to the danger zone. The danger zone is from 5 to 10 hot and above the crazy line. This is your redheads, your hairdressers, your strippers, anybody named Tiffany, and basically the really crazy girls out there. So, in the danger zone, you can get really hurt. This is where your car gets keyed, your tires get slashed, bad things. You do not want to be in the danger zone. In a survey conducted in Great Britain, found that 57% of people admitted to keying someone's car. This was found in like an airport in Great Britain, not quite sure where. But we all know how Britain has their mistresses, and so keying has been quite prominent there. So encouraging to stay out of the danger zone is very, very good advice. And the most injuries happen in this area. The date zone. The date zone is from 8 to 10 hot and below the crazy line to about a 7 crazy. This is a possible permanent location where you can stay and be happy, and it's a little more stable, but not the most stable of environments. ScientificAmerica.com has found that online dating is worse now because people pass off judgments too fast, and it doesn't allow you to actually get to know people, and so it has actually made dating worse. Because then when you actually meet them in person, it's not quite who you thought they were, and they can technically appear anywhere else on the hot, crazy matrix. The number of older online daters has actually doubled over the past 2 years, and more people are getting stuck there throughout the years. Now we move on to the wife zone. Wife zone is an 8 to 10 hot between the 7 and 5 crazy. This is where you want to look at pretty much getting a wife. If you find this is pretty good. So that's kind of the goal. There was an article done by nbci.gov that found those who were more dedicated, less perceived constraint, and less felt constraint were happier and more stable, so they were basically less crazy. And this is what you kind of want to look for in the wife zone. Basically what a perceived constraint is, like pressure to stay within a relationship, and then a felt constraint is feeling like you're trapped. So if you have a girl that's not making you feel like you're trapped or socially pressuring you, I don't know, into it, you're going to be more happy and better off, so less crazy of a girl is better. Then we move on to the unicorn zone, and that is between an 8 hot and an 8 hot and a 10 hot, and between a 5 and a 4 crazy. They say these do not exist, even though I think I have found one, but that is another story, and let's tell you another time. Then we move to the transgender zone, between an 8 and 10 hot and a 3 to 0 crazy. Some might think that they have found a girl below a 4 crazy, but these do not exist, so basically you're talking to a guy. And with the sudden increase over the years, the New York Times has found 1.4 million young adults being transgender nowadays. So, some of the downfalls is that none of the stuff in the hot crazy matrix is to size, so it's not like a pie chart where this percentage of it is how much. So you kind of gotta figure all that out with your own life. Then you gotta get multiple data, because anybody can appear at one point and then be at another point at another time, so you gotta gather information and make sure you know exactly where they are. Benefits, it's all on perspective, your perspective. You get to decide where you want to be on the crazy hot matrix and who you like. It gives everybody a base to go off of, and it allows you to have a good guide, you could say. And then allows you to prioritize. Conclusion, I've covered the universal hot crazy matrix, the easiest and simplest way to find the right girl for you. I encourage you all to use the handout that I gave you in evaluating your life and being able to use this matrix.
Okay.